called Poems and Prayers, or if you're where I'm from, Poems and Prayers. And you can see his latest movie, The Lost Bus, in select theaters now and on Apple TV Plus on October 3rd.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a government shutdown is almost certain to take effect later tonight, with Republicans and Democrats reportedly unable to come to an agreement. Plus, we'll hear what impacts the country will feel because of it. And it's a similar situation in Michigan, but the outlook is a little more optimistic. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. I'm still enjoying these warm temperatures. What else do you have for us?
Yeah, Kevin, we're all enjoying these summer-like temperatures. We were a little spoiled yesterday with about 22 degrees above average, so it's not quite that warm, but it's still very comfortable for us, and it's maybe cloudier than yesterday, but we will take it. We do have some increasing cloud cover on the way here for everyone over the next few hours. Temperatures right now, though, still holding into the upper 60s. For us into Marquette, lower 70s, down into the southern portions of the Upper Peninsula, and we will coast through the mid-50s, still keeping things pretty mild, and we've also had a pretty decent rain-free stretch. I'll talk about the impacts of that coming up in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you. Time is running out in Washington with just hours left to prevent a government shutdown. If lawmakers can't strike a deal before midnight, much of the federal government could grind to a halt and impact thousands of federal workers across the country. At the center of the standoff, fierce partisan divisions over a short-term plan to keep the government funded. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon joins us live from Capitol Hill with the latest. Brendan, good evening. What can you tell us?
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Well, at this hour, the sticking points remain pretty sharp. Democrats are dug in on their side, trying to protect Medicaid and reverse some of those Medicaid cuts we saw earlier this summer. They're trying to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies, Obamacare tax credits, and they're also trying to block the White House from slashing any funding that has already been approved by Congress. Now, Democrats say that millions of Americans depend on those ACA subsidies to keep health insurance affordable. Meanwhile, Republicans argue Democrats are dragging out negotiations with unrealistic demands. Even though the GOP controls Capitol Hill and the White House, they still need at least 7 Democratic votes in the Senate to pass any short-term funding bill. That's because of a procedural rule known as the Senate filibuster. It's the only source of leverage Democrats have in Washington at the moment, and they are certainly leaning on it. Adding to the tension, Kevin, federal agencies have been told to use this moment to prepare for sweeping layoffs if the government shutdown goes forward. Senate Democrats and Republicans are planning to vote on their individual plans this evening. As long as there are no major surprises, both measures are likely to fail, and the government would shut down at 12:01. With just hours to go, both sides continue pointing the finger at one another. Democrats demanding action on those ACA tax credits, but Republicans say the demands are unserious.
Later means never. They don't want to do this, the Republican leaders, because they're right-wing. It'll divide their party. Their right wing hates ACA altogether. But we have to get it done. And the president, the way to do this is the president, who is really listening to us, tells the Republicans to do it.
This really sits right in the hands of Senator Chuck Schumer, who leads the Senate Democrats. Before tonight's midnight deadline, he can do the right thing and make sure the votes are there to pass a clean spending bill that will keep the government open and keep it serving the taxpayers.
And Kevin, with that deadline quickly approaching, now just about 6 hours away, Americans are bracing for what could come next. We're going to have much more coverage throughout the evening on WZMQ 19 News. But for now, reporting live outside the Capitol for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. If the government shuts down, it could have a large impact on government services. Millions of federal employees could go without a paycheck, and non-essential services could close. Our other D.C. correspondent, Rachel Knapp, now joins us live with how a shutdown could impact our daily lives. Rachel, good evening. What can you tell us?
Good evening, Kevin. So just as Brendan just explained, we are all watching the clock as it's getting closer to midnight. Now, if there is a government shutdown, here's how it could impact you. Now, if you want to go visit a national park like Isle Royal or a federal museum, those might be closed. Routine food inspections by the FDA would be impacted, but inspections for things like meat, poultry, and egg products would continue. And if a shutdown lasts for more than a few days, WIC funds could run out of money. There are some essential services that will continue, like air traffic controllers and U.S. Postal Services operations. Social Security and Medicare benefit checks will continue in a shutdown. However, some administrative services might take a little longer than expected. The last shutdown lasted for nearly a month during President Trump's first term. The Congressional Budget Office says by the time the government reopened, about $3 billion in U.S. economic activity was lost because of the shutdown.
In general, during a government shutdown, the government decides what are critical needs and what are not. And some people will stay at work even though they will not be paid. People like TSA agents at airports, whereas other places will be shut down completely, like the national parks. And of course, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, who is scheduled to be releasing some new economic data, which is very important for a lot of people. So people are going to start feeling it real quick here.
Now, Kevin, while millions of federal workers will go without any paychecks, members of Congress, they will still get paid even if there's a government shutdown. Reporting live for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Rachel Knapp. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much, and welcome back from your vacation. You certainly picked a great time to do it, I would say. Thank you again. All right, and Michigan is now in the final hours for lawmakers to avoid a state government shutdown as well. Lawmakers have come to an agreement, but no details have been made public about what's in or when it will be delivered. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more on where budget talks stand in Lansing.
Lawmakers are working against the clock tonight, Kevin. The new fiscal year begins at 12:01 a.m., but there's still no estimated delivery date on the budget. I had the chance to catch up with Representative Dave Preston. He says lawmakers are doing everything they can to keep the government running. Governor Whitmer has been working from her Capitol office today and reassured government workers in an email that the state government will stay open and operational. In terms of progress, Preston says the Senate agreed to hold committee meetings on funding for special projects. He says they're now playing catch up for the sake of transparency.
No one really knows for sure because I think the people that are making the decisions are in a room right now trying to hash out a deal. And I think that process is going to be deliberate. And when it's done, I think we're going to have time to digest it. So I don't think this is going to go quickly.
House leaders are expected to give an update later tonight once they have a better idea of how long it may take to finalize this budget deal. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is after the break, plus bow hunting season kicks off in Michigan tomorrow. We speak with a local hunting shop in Ishpeming when we come back.
It's go time.
You know you make me wanna.
NCIS.
Everybody on your feet.
NCIS.
Throw my hands up and
What do we know?
This was an inside job.
We're gonna find whoever did this.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Is this a great job or what?
NCIS Tuesday. New seasons begin CBS Premiere Week. Catch up now on Paramount Plus.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
The UP loves to be outdoors. Running, fishing, hiking, biking. If it's happening outside, you want to be a part of it. And this little baby is what you need to be ready. It's local and 100% free, 24/7. WZMQ 19's news app can show you the best times to be out, what to wear, how to stay safe, whether to bring along the kids. It's your problem-solving power tool, the WZMQ 19 app, now playing on a phone near you. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
There's Labor Day specials at Shunk's. In our clearance center, this Ashley sofa with a chase and the easy-to-clean fabric is just $6.69. How about this Ashley two-cushion sofa? Comes in a choice of colors for just $3.99. Now here's comfort. This high-back sofa with the pillowed arms is just $4.79. There's dining room specials too. This 5-piece set with built-in storage and it comes in a choice of colors is just $7.99. Mattresses, queen-size inner spring mattress for just $1.99. Shop Shunk's today.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in here. It is the last day of September. We want to check in on how we did, but before we get to that, we are on day 8 of consecutive days without measurable rain. So if we have any data that logs as a trace, that would still technically count. So measurable rain has to be anything more than a trace. We're on day 8, and the current streak for this year was July 25th through August 4th, 11 days. So we're pretty close to tying and breaking that record very soon. We don't have rain in the forecast for these next few days to have that new record, so we'll see. The longest stretch though ever for Marquette is 28 days back in 1925 for March 25th through April 21st. Now for the month of September, this is still technically unofficial because we have to wait until a few days into the next month to get it official, but the average temperature 58.8, that's up about 2.3 degrees. The rain of 3.59 inches total is down about 1/4 of an inch, so warmer and drier doesn't always make for the most ideal conditions when it comes to the vegetation. Us humans, we're happy with that. We're fine with days like today, 75 degrees, the average is 60. Close to that record. We did break a high temperature record yesterday, so it's not a record-breaking type of day, but it is an above average temperature day. It's a summer-like day at that. So 68 for us right now into Marquette. We have some lower 70s for most of the Upper Peninsula. We widened things out. We really just have increasing cloud cover out to the west. We're not really looking at any rain, so we'll continue that dry stretch. And as you can see on First Warning Weather Futurecast, it's going to be the cloud cover that comes in and out. There's currently a major high-pressure system, more so keeping things out to Ohio and Pennsylvania. Very, very clear. We're fairly clear for the rain. We might get a drop or two come Thursday, but again, it does impact the fall foliage in the aspect of it won't get as vibrant of colors necessarily, but what we do have in our favor is there is a decent amount of the Upper Peninsula that's already at the peak or near the peak, so it won't affect it as much, but places like Ohio and Pennsylvania where they don't have peak fall foliage yet, it's actually dimming the colors. It can make their fall foliage viewing time more abrupt and shorter, so lots to keep an eye on in terms of vegetation, not so much humans when it comes to the lack of rain. But we do have mostly cloudy skies for tonight. I still wanted to show you this though. This will be visible for 6 minutes, this International Space Station, kind of soon at 8:05. Maximum height of 25 degrees, look to the west, moving south-southeast. Just figured I would put it up there in case you have the breaks in the clouds. You might get a good chance to view it. Now, the other thing, we're taking you down to the tropics now. We're keeping an eye still on Imelda and Umberto. These paths just like to keep changing. The good news is that they are behaving. They're like siblings that are getting along right now, and they're drifting out to the open waters. Could impact Bermuda pretty significantly though. Back home though for us, we'll continue to have those summer-like temperatures, even pushing 80 degrees ahead of the weekend, likely hitting 80 degrees for the second weekend of fall. We'll come back down to reality next week with temperatures into the lower 60s and upper 50s.
Kelly, thanks again. Bow hunting season begins tomorrow in Michigan, and once again, safety is a top priority. Straight Line Archery of Ishpeming is a main provider, trainer, and repair shop for bow hunters in the area. They mentioned that even though blaze orange isn't required during bow season, always make sure to know what you're aiming at before shooting. And as compound bows are less likely to cause an accidental injury, crossbows require a lot more caution.
You know, even though you're not using a gun, even if you're using a crossbow, I mean, it's still loaded. You know, make sure that you know where it's pointed, keep it on safe until you're ready to shoot something. You know, don't walk in front of it. Make sure that you're aware of what you're shooting at. There's a lot of safety things that come into play.
Bow season runs from October 1st through November 14th. Coming up next on Insights, this weekend you can bike, run, or walk for an important cause. We'll have the details when we come back.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book?
Covenant Books is an author-friendly publisher who shares your passion and beliefs. Call us today and we'll send you a free author packet to help get you started.
Call the number right now for your free writer's guide. The CBS Evening News original content.
The U.S. is short about 3,000 air traffic controllers.
Is that an effective way to train?
There's new life for the city of Youngstown.
You're letting the light back in.
The CBS Evening News.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire, while the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Zucchini.
What do you call this?
Zucchini.
Looks like a cooked pickle. How to raise children. Get out of here!
Sexual freedom.
What kind of a problem have they got?
It's sexual.
Door
cats.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie.
All in the Family, Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Coming up this Sunday, an event raising money and cancer awareness, the Just Believe Bike, Run, and Walk. Here with the details from Just Believe is Delight Hill. Delight, good to see you again.
I know, every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's remind people about this event and what it's all about.
Okay. This is the Just Believe annual walk and bike walk run in Gwinn, Michigan, and we encourage people to come out because Forefront Dermatology comes out and does free skin checks from 11 to 1, and then it's a fundraiser. So we encourage people to come out and have their skin check and then register to do the bike walk run around the Shag Lake Loop and participate in the bucket raffles and have fun, enjoy visiting with everybody, and have a good time.
Of course, good stuff. And Delight, can you tell us about how it kind of got started?
It started after my daughter Jody Ball passed away from melanoma brain cancer, and she wanted an organization to raise funds to do certain things that she wanted. And it included scholarships for Nagani and Gwinn high school students that were going into the medical field to do presentations in the school about sun safety and skin cancer, and to support organizations in the community. And it blossomed into sunscreen dispensers and just to help people that were going through medical emergencies. So that's how it all started, and it blossomed, I guess. So, and we're continuing. This is our 13th year, except for 1 year that we couldn't do it because of COVID. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. So what kind of crowds do you typically expect each year?
Well, we hope for big crowds, but it just depends on if you want to walk or run or ride a bike or whatever. So, but I can't walk, I can't run or anything, so I just like to visit.
Sure.
So, but yeah, we usually get over 100 and some people, so and then that's fine, you know. But the skin checks are real important for us, so because some people can't afford them, and this is a good opportunity to get them done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bike, the run, the walk. What exactly does that mean? What exactly will be taking place?
They start, the registration starts at noon, and it's $10 per person or $20 per family. And 1 o'clock, the race around the loop, the Shag Lake Loop, which is approximately 5 miles. And when they get back, they get a Tootsie Pop if they want one, and they can participate and enjoy themselves, you know. And if they want to walk half a mile, somebody will pick them up. So, you know, whatever. So, but it's just, and it's going to be a beautiful, tell your weather lady, it's going to be a beautiful weekend to see the colors and that. So
will do. Kelly, did you hear that? It's going to be beautiful weather this weekend.
Right, this Sunday.
All right, Delight. Anything else people should know before they show up beforehand?
Well, we have some really good volunteers coming that I can't talk about, and I guess the Warthogs might be out because they did a yearly fundraiser for us, and I think they're presenting us with a check. So it's going to be a fun weekend. So yeah, lots of bucket raffles. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Well, if you want to find out who the special guests are, you better be there. Delight, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Good
for
to
having
see you
me
again.
Yep. Okay.
And Mike Ludlum will have your look at sports when we come back. He has the highlights from this past Saturday's football matchup between Ontonagon and Go Gibbik. And later, the MLB playoffs are now underway. The Detroit Tigers began their postseason against the Cleveland Guardians. We'll have the highlights from that game as well when we come back.
Having a partner means you gotta trust them with your life.
You're in Boston now, Reagan.
Trust me, I've done this before.
I'm coming back like the prodigal son.
Is he stubborn? Set in his ways. It would be a problem if he wasn't right so often.
I am an acquired taste.
Boston Blue premieres Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week, and streaming on Paramount+.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Automakers never stop thinking about your safety. When they discover a safety defect, they issue a safety recall and cover the cost of repairs. It doesn't matter how old your vehicle is or if you're not the original owner. All you need to do is bring it in. Do your part by checking for safety recalls at checktoprotect.org.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free at the Window Store. You heard that right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends soon. Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. Call today and start transforming your home with the Windows Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Windows Store.
Good evening, everyone. The Upper Peninsula Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association High School Football Poll has 2 new leaders this week. We'll start with the 11-player poll where Menominee has snuck past Escanaba by 1 point. Both are 5-0. Kingsford is third, followed by Calumet and Negaunee. Marquette and Barker-Harris also receive votes. Big game this week. Marquette will visit Escanaba coming up on Friday. In the 8-player poll, Norway is your new leader after a convincing win over previous number 1 Pickford last week. So the Knights are first with all 5 first-place votes. Go Gibbik is second, North Dickinson third, the Panthers fourth, and Lakeland and Humble and Newberry are tied for 5th. Ontonagon and Go Gibbik met Saturday on the shores of Sunday Lake in Wakefield, and Ontonagon's B.J. Anderson started the Gladiators' day with a fumble recovery in the first quarter. In fact, Ontonagon forced 2 turnovers early in the game. But quarterback Brody Babula picked up a first down on this run, but he later left the game with an injury and did not return. Minor seized momentum. Jaden Verrett thought he would be tackled, wasn't, and then broke it for 58 yards and a touchdown. He added a 32-yard score in the second quarter to make it 12-0 Miners. The defense came through next. The pump fake from new quarterback Owen Panty threw me off, but Leland Hollenbeck was not phased at all, and he grabbed the interception and took it in about 35 yards or so for the touchdown and an 18-0 lead. Golgibic scored a couple more touchdowns. Jaden Verrett would find Leland Hollenbeck with this touchdown pass here. It was 40-0 at the half, and Golgibic had a much easier time than it first appeared, winning this one 60-6. Iron River native Nick Baumgartner is back in the Upper Peninsula after earning a bronze medal at the snowboard cross event held in Cerro Castor, Ushuaia, Argentina. Now, Cerro Castor is very close to the southern tip of Argentina. Baumgartner is on the right. Leon Ubrecht of Germany is in the middle. He won the event with another United States competitor, Cody Winters, on the left, earning the silver medal. America's Senna Leith and Jake Vetter of the U.S. also were 4th and 5th, respectively. Former Michigan Tech men's basketball player and assistant coach Ben Stelzer has been named head video coordinator for the Golden State Warriors. Stelzer spent the last 2 seasons with Santa Cruz Warriors, most recently as an assistant coach, with his first season serving as coaching associate for basketball operations and coordinator for the Sea-Dubs. Prior to the Warriors, Stelzer served as an assistant men's basketball coach at Tech for 2 years. He was a 4-year starter and 3-year captain of the Huskies. He was an NCAA Division II All-American and led Tech to 3 NCAA tournament appearances and a trip to the Sweet 16. Meanwhile, Michigan Tech junior Tess Hayes has been named the GLIAC Setter of the Week. Hayes led Tech to a weekend sweep at the SDC gym, setting the offense with 74 assists and averaging 10.57 per set in victories over Roosevelt and Parkside. She ranks 8th in the GLIAC in assists per set at 7.74. The Huskies visit Lake Superior State this Friday and Saginaw Valley State on Saturday. For the second consecutive week, NMU cross-country senior Maddie Szymanski has been named the GLIAC Athlete of the Week following her 3rd top 10 finish of the season at the Lucian Rosa Invite. She was 9th out of more than 200 competitors, 21 minutes, 37.1 seconds. The team finished 4th, beating several top teams in D2. All right, baseball, here we go. Tigers, Guardians, game 1. Will A.J. Hinch actually let Tarek Skubal go more than 6 innings? Well, at first, we'll get to that. Spencer Torkelson, a base at the left field. Kerry Carpenter scores, and the Tigers with a 1-0 lead on an unearned run. Bottom of the 4th, it gets a little dicey if you're the cameraman. Hopefully there wasn't a cameraman behind that one. Right into the lens. Yeah, that one's done for the day. That took a few minutes for the ground crew to take care of that. Top of the 7th, a very successful sacrifice bunt by Zach McKinstry. Riley Green scored on the play, and the Tigers had a 2-1 lead. Tarek Skubal, amazing. 7 2/3, just 3 hits, just 1 earned run, 14 strikeouts, and the Tigers hang on to win this one by the count of 2-1. Little dicey in the 9th inning, but the Tigers were able to get out of it thanks to Will Vest right there on the rundown. And the Cubs beat San Diego today to start that series. That was 3-1. We'll be right back.
Not being able to see up close can be frustrating. Introducing eye candy, the sweet new way to see everything bigger, brighter, and better than ever before. This lightweight, easy-to-hold magnifier utilizes an optical-grade lens that enlarges print by 300%. Yes, 300%. Embedded in eye candy's frame are 12 anti-glare LED lights that dramatically help increase clarity. It's a flashlight and magnifier in one. Lightweight and portable, eye candy is ideal for dimly lit restaurants. Read recipes, prescription bottles, or nutritional information. Order now to get your eye candy for only $19.99. But wait, there's breaking news. Eye candy may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, eye candy is shutting down and stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 eye candies per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-957-0215 or visit tryeyecandy.com. That's 1-800-957-0215. Order now.
Halloween is here, and Menards has everything you need to dress your home for the season. From the smallest spooks to biggest fears. Make your home the talk of the town with tricks and treats for the whole family. Get everything you need with scary good savings this Halloween at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This is a powerful place. In this chamber, decisions are made every day. Decisions that impact your life, your friends, family, and neighbors. Your life can be changed by what happens here. I'm 19 News' Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy. I report to you, tracking votes, new laws, and policies that change lives in the Upper Peninsula. The only place to see what's happening in Lansing is right here.
Sophia Murphy reports, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Welcome back. A final check of your forecast. Things are pretty easy for us. We are a bit spoiled with these above average temperatures, so we will continue that summertime warmth as we just head through fall. So we have some increasing cloud cover for tonight. That's pretty much the only thing to note. Temperatures will be into the mid to upper 50s. Yeah, some cloudy skies, but we'll be tracking the clouds for you, and those higher temperatures. Really nice weekend ahead for the first weekend of October.
Kelly, thanks very much, and that's all we have for right now. We'll see you later tonight.
No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses.